Welcome student. Today we have to discuss about the standard 9th Science and Technology part 2nd and the 6th topic, that is the classification of plants. Before them, firstly we have to know that is the things which are present around us. We know that all the things present around us, we are the part of them also, and these all things present around us, we can say that is the one thing, that is the living thing, another one will be the non-living things. The living things and non-living things which are very useful to us because we are the part one of them, and each one that is the depend upon them also. And due to this reason, we have to know that we have to study the living and non-living things also. We have to know that in case of the living and non-living things, the living things which are very important, and generally we have to know that in case of the living thing, we can say that is the living world also. And this living world, which is the very important, why we can say these are the very important. Generally we look the things which are present here, these are some of the useful and some are the harmful also, and the huge number of the organisms which are present around us, and this huge number, enormous number also, we know that is the 4 billions lakhs of the species are also present in the world also, and there will be the variation in the organism. We know that is called as the biodiversity, and the different organism having the different their characters also, and we have to study them. And the question in our mind, why we can study? We can study. Why we can study? We can only live our life, don't study also. But we have to know that, friends, that is, we know that each and every organism that is the interdependent to the each other, and due to this reason we have to study, because generally any useful organism having their usefulness, but we have to know about them. Without study, we can't understand which are the uses of the organism also. And today we have to know that one of the epidemics in the world, that is the corona, that is created by the virus, that is the COVID-19. And after the spread of epidemic, we can create some things again. We used to mask again, create the social distancing. And how we can understood this? We know that this is not a mind concept also, because generally some are the say to us to create them or to like away from this virus. We can using the mask, create the social distancing, and also sanitizing again. And how this happens and why we can understood, because generally for the away from this virus, we can need to create this thing, say by scientists also, and from the media by our tours also. It means that they need to the study. It means that any usefulness of the organism, we can study them. If any harmfulness, to cure their harmfulness, we can study the organism. It means that, isn't it? We have to understood why they are studied also. And after you have to understood why they get studied, then we have to know that the huge in number they are studied, they need to the classify. And we have to know that in the earlier, the most of the scientists, they also created the how they classified again. And after the study of them, the different scientists, they can classify living world. Generally, earlier there will be the plant and animals also, but study will be going on, and they understood there will be the microorganism which can not see our naked eyes also, and where they are also having the group, there will be not a plant or there will be not animals, and due to this reason they need to the again classification. And generally we have to know that they are also having the classified, but the many of the scientists false to explain and classify also. But one scientist that is also given to the clear cut classification of the organism, and that is called as the five kingdom system. It means that the living world is separated in the five main groups also, and the one subgroup that is called as a kingdom. And the scientist will be Robert Whittaker, and they told us in the 1959 they can classify the living world in the five groups, and that is the each one called as a kingdom also. And what is their classification? We have to study here, and as well as generally, first of all, we have to look about their classification, that is about the living world. And in this classification, we can see here generally we have to know that before the classification, for the classification, we need to study about their characteristics, their similarities and differences, and with the help of the similarities and differences and the special characteristics, they can classify in the different groups also. And generally we know that the living organism, the basic structure, that is the cell, and the cells are the two types, that is the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic, depending upon the organism. Also divided into the two groups, firstly that is the prokaryotic organism and eukaryotic. And what is the prokaryotic and eukaryotic also? The prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, generally we know that prokaryotic cell, which is the one type of the cell that contain all the cell organelles and their nucleus, the embedded DNA. It means that they mix intermix to each other. And eukaryotic cell, that is also the separate nucleus and separate the each cell organelle also. And that is the main difference in the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells also. And there will be this main character get used. It means that the eukaryotic cell having their different cell organelles, and here they are also having special compartments. Like we know that in the city, there will be in the home, the different rooms are present for the different persons. Personally, that is also the difference. There will be the kitchen room, drawing room, or other. Here we have to know that the rooms are present, or each person having their rooms again. But in the villages, we know that there will be the one home, and all the individuals living there also mixedly. But there will be in the cities, in the bungalows, there will be the separation also takes place. Likewise, we know that in the prokaryotic cell, the cell organelles mix each other. But in the eukaryotic, that is also the difference one, and depending upon them, they can classify also. And which is the first group they get classified again. We have to know that in case prokaryotic, all the prokaryotic, the one group that is called as the kingdom Monera, and this is the first kingdom also. After this, in the eukaryotic, again they classified the organism having the only one cell, that is called as a unicellular, and more than one cell, that is called as a multicellular. The unicellular organism having the group, that is the protista, and the multicellular organism again get classified. There will be the with cell wall and without cell wall. And what is this again? The cell wall, that is the around the cell there will be the one hard wall is present. Likewise, we have to do that again, having understand what is the difference again. And here difference we know that in the cities, the houses have their own wall compounds, but in the we know that villages there will be no wall compound also. And this difference, like in the cell, that is the without cell wall and with cell wall also. And here the with cell wall, we know that they are again mode of the nutrition also. The plants makes its own food material, but in the fungi they don't make its own food material, and due to this reason there are also two groups which can make its own food material with the help of the chloroplast, with the help of which process? That is the photosynthesis again. And with the help of photosynthesis, the autotrophs make its own food material, and they are also grouped in the separate group, that is the kingdom plantae. And heterotrophs, these are also called as a saprophyte because they are also growing the dead and decayed materials, because generally the animals as well as the fungi, these are the heterotrophs, but they are different firstly upon this, and these are also again growth dead and decayed materials. Due to this reason, these are also called as a saprophytes also. And this is the group that is called as the fungi. And lastly, without cell wall, the cell which doesn't outer wall, that is the one group, that is the kingdom Animalia. We are present under the group Animalia. It means that the whole living world can be distributed in the 5 kingdoms. The first one Monera, second Protista, third Fungi, fourth Plantae, and the fifth, that is the Animalia also. And today we have to discuss about the kingdom Plantae, which is very important because generally the plants makes its own food material and they provide to the food to other living worlds also. And due to their, we have to discuss about them, the kingdom Plantae. Again, we have to know that kingdom Plantae, they get classified into the cryptogams and phenerogams. And again, there are the classification, they are also having the characteristics, differences and similarities. Again, depending upon they get classified also. The cryptogams and phenerogams. The phenerogams having the flowering plant, and the flowering plant create flowers, and there are also fruits and the seeds also. Here there will be no flower and no seeds also, and no fruits also. And these are the non-flowering plants also. It means that they get grouped into the cryptogams and phenerogams also. And generally we have to know that they are also having basically the cryptogams. These are cryptos means hidden, and gamus means their reproductive organs. Means their reproductive organs are hidden, not to the cereum. But here the flower, we have to look that is the for the sexual reproduction, flower, which is one of the organ that present in the flowering plants also. And we have to know that these are the dominant one. In case of the 5 kingdoms, we know that the Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, there will be the hierarchy again. There will be the advancement, one by one also they get created again. And generally we have to know that again the cell type, there will be the eukaryotic will be higher than that of the prokaryotic also. And likewise we have to know that kingdom Plantae, first of all there will be the cryptogams and phenerogams. And generally we have to know that in the cryptogams there are 3 groups. The first one, that is the Thallophyta, second that is the Bryophyta, and third that is the Pteridophyta also. Here in the phenerogams, the flowering plant, in the flowering plant, the seed bearing plants also, the seeds is out from the fruit, or enclosed in the fruit, or out. That is depending upon, there will be again they classified into 2 groups. The first, that is seed is not in the enclosed within the fruit, that is called as gymnosperm, and seeds in the sperm fruits, that is called as angiosperms. It means that they get classified into the 2 works also, and again angiosperm again classified into the 2 groups. That is depend upon the in the seed how many cotyledons are present. We look, that is the different cereals, or generally we know that the diploid plants also. Generally we know that the different ones naturally 2 parts. Likewise the groundnut, we have to know that there will be naturally the seed having the 2 parts also. That is called as the diploid. And in the cereals also, jowar, bajra, we see there will be not the two parts. It means that all the pulses which are the dipart and all the cereals which are the monoparts also. And likewise we have to know that plant get classified by this way. And today we have to discuss that is the divisions one from the kingdom Plantae, subkingdom Cryptogams. We look the divisions. First of all, the first division, that is the Thallophyta. And in this group Thallophyta also, which is a very important one again, and this organism present in the Thallophyta, this plant grow mainly in the water source, as well as the group of plant which do not have the specific parts like a root stem. And generally we have to know that we see the one of them, the group that is also algae, and generally the different members of this group. We look here with the diagram. Look here, that is also the first one, that is the ulva. Then second one, that is the kara. And also the next one, we look with the help of the activity. And the activity we have to know that search for a pond with a greenish water, collect some of the green fibers from the water, put the fibers in the petri dish, wash them and clean with water, put one of the fiber on the drop of water and on the glass slide, spread out straight, observe under the microscope, and what we can see, we look what will we see. Look here, that is also the structure, and this thread will be the thread of the Spirogyra. This thread we can look, that is the Spirogyra. The outermost, that is the cell wall. Then the nucleus present in the yellow colored also, and we know that the other things, that is the pyrenoids and spiral chloroplast, that is the one of the characteristics, and depending upon this the algae is called as a Spirogyra, and that we can see. Look, it means that we can look, that is the different organism present here, that is the ulva, then the kara, and that also the Spirogyra. And we know that these are the characteristics of this group here. And generally we have to know that they do not specific root, stem and leaves and flower also, but these are the autotrophic in nature because they are present the chlorophyll. The mainly these are also called as algae, and the algae having the great diversity. They may be the unicellular or the multicellular, microscopic and the very large also. We know that the algae is like a sargassum also, that is also the very 60 feet in length. In the some are the fresh water or some are the marine also, and we have to see some examples also. And this is the very important. We know that these some examples. Look here, and we have to see the various types of the algae are also present here. The body will be the soft and fiber like also, but here the one of the problem, the some of the fungi are also under this group, the yeast and molds, which are not chlorophyll, and they can under this group also because they are characters again. Then we have to discuss about the next one. For their one of the activity, you may have the seen a lush green soft carpet on the old walls, which is also in the rainy seasons also. We can look on the bricks here, the green structure, and with the help of the ruler we can scrape gently and observe under the magnifying lens, and what we can see, we look this likewise the structure, that is the group is called as a mosses, and generally we have to know that is the funaria, which contain the, we know that uppermost, that is the capsule, which contain the exactly the spores, then stalk. There are the lip-like parts, not exactly lip, root-like part, that is called as the rhizoids. Likewise, the another one, there will be the mercansia. We look the structure that contain the uppermost, that is the capsule, stalk, lip-like parts, and also the rhizoid. The third one, that is called as a we look this, that is the anthoceros. We look, that is the capsule and the lip-like parts here. It means that is also the structure of this group again. And generally we know that the plants in this group are called as amphibians. Why they are called as amphibians? Because they are growing. They are also need the moist soil, but need water for the reproduction. It is that they grow in the moist soil, but need the water for the reproduction, and due to this reason they call as amphibians also. And generally we know that these plants are the thalloid, also multicellular and autotrophic again. Here will be no any unicellular, and due to this reason we know that we use under the our eyes also, with the help of, we have to know that magnifying lens, and generally we have to know that the structure of plant body of the bryophytes, which is the flat ribbon like without two roots also and stem. We have to see they also having the stem root like structure, but not, also we have to see true ones, they do not have the specific tissues for the conduction of the food and water also. And we look, there will be the examples again. Here the three ones given in the book again. We look, that is the first one. Funaria, second mercansia, and third one, that is also called as anthoceras, and these are also present here, and their structures also, and which is the very important. And we have to discuss after them, that is the pteridophytes. We look one of the diagram here. We have to know the ferns, and that is the structure also about the ferns here. As an ornamental plant, and we look here in the side the leaf, and behind the leaf we have to observe some structure also, and this structure we have to see, that is the sporangia, and which are present, that this we know that the brick like structure or brick colored structure also present, and these are called the sporangia, which contain the sporangia, and these are the sporangia are also present here in the back side of these plant leaves also, and these are also the member of the pteridophyta. These are also having the well developed root, stem and the leaves, but there will be difference. It is that it is only non-flowering, and other conducting systems are developed here. They reproduce with the help of the spore, and generally we have to see there are also the different one members, the Nephrolepis, Marcellia, Teres, Adiantum, Equisetum, Silanginella and Lycopodium, and we look some of them with their pictures here, the Silanginella and Lycopodium here. That is the Silanginella, and the second one, that is the Lycopodium. We look here again, and these are the members of this one, and that is also the pteridophyta, and that is the very important group. And we know that after we have to discuss about the phanerogams, as a living world, and in the next period we will stop here.